Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Winners Finals here in Booyah Bay, Cable Car Coast, almost to the home stretch to determine who gets the third LCS bid for April. My name is Kiln still. New person on the mic, it is the one and only Skep. Skep, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. I've really been enjoying San Jose. I had some lovely people give me the big tour yesterday around the city. I got to ride a cable car.
Nice.
Our attorney's namesake today.
That's awesome. So for me, this is actually probably my first time in actual San Jose proper. I unfortunately wished I had the tour like you did, because yesterday I arrived at the evening and I'm like, I just want to go to bed. That's the trick here. That's the trick here. So unfortunately, it be what it be sometimes.
But the poster is at an actual location. If you're
right?
on the cable car on your way to the Nintendo store. It's like framed.
I'm gonna be so sad I won't be able to go because work's gonna call me on Monday anyway. So I'm like, I gotta travel home tomorrow.
Problems.
Yeah, old people problems for me in this case. This is a reminder: don't get old. You're gonna, unfortunately, life has other ideas for you. Don't worry, we got two teams here. That's Dave's Hottie. Okay, you probably are gonna be knowledgeable with these. This is Shark, also known as the half catnip pickup, I believe, with 5th Gen and Luna Zuka. And I think I see Goose and Swagger. Those are familiar names, but they're all part of so many different teams at this point that everything's blending together for me. So that's as much as I know.
Yeah.
But we saw Dave's Hottie on stream earlier. Yes, it is the Blaster. Yes, Blaster's the one with the handheld that we just interviewed with. And I don't know if I buy into the fact that he plays it for the immersion of motion controls on his Switch, but that's apparently the answer that he gave us.
You know, you gotta just take people at face value. I also recognize Kanan on the side of
same.
Dave's Hotties. From SoCali. You know, they play with Vera, and I think their team is called On Crack.
Yeah, I think so.
SoCali. So I recognize them, and this is going to be a closer set, you know, as it gets on from here.
Yeah, yeah, and I'm hoping to see things.
Luna, aren't you? You're supposed to be in the chair. There are 25 seconds. Sit down, ma'am.
Oh my god.
What is happening? Are you okay?
Booyah Bay moment for me. The 25 seconds, they only took 13 seconds. They showed up. I'm gonna have a question with you later if I have to interview.
Slice readied up.
They're already ready. By the way, we're about to get started. Winners finals here in bracket stage, top cut if you will, and that is gonna be, yes, Shark's gonna be on blue side. Dave's Hottie on the gold side. I mean, I've seen a variety of weapons. I see Zeal back again on that L3 Blasters, on that Neo Luna Blaster as well. I take a look at Shark. It's almost as standard as I could possibly see here, Scap.
Yeah, I mean, Hammer is just so broken right now. Why would you not? There's no weapon that gets it faster than an L3. We do see that Shark is the first team to pass the zone, but getting two members down on the side of Dave's Hottie, they're probably going to start using training to lock him out as many points as they can here before any penalty.
Yeah, right now they're still holding on to that zone here for Shark as the jumps do coming from Goose. The Goose is indeed loose on the right-hand side, but they are going to try to see if they can find some angles, but it doesn't look like that will be the case so far. Two members do drop. They do get a capture control, or the zone rather, but not for long, as that will just be the two. That will be Dave's Hottie. They will get the cap. Quick start here for Shark. Not a whole lot of points to speak of those cap.
Hammer number 1 getting picked on the right to Blaster Pro Deco. They still have Hammer number 2 from that L3 looking to start towards that left side, looking towards the right. As you see Goose there on that top right, starting to throw their strikes. And Seal missing the camp on that drop and gets punished for it. Shark going to start pushing in, trying to get the pick on that 52 on the right. Does manage to do so and reapplies that penalty for Dave Hottie here in the scrap of Winners Finals.
Yup. I love the term, the scrap that occurred there in Winners Finals. A little shock that the Ultra Saiyan missed there, and it actually also led them going down with no value out of it, but it is what it is. Sometimes the Dave Hottie is able to respond back. They get the two members down from there, and they are trying to see if they can push forward their Blaster on that right attack, trying to see if they can make something happen. Doesn't look like it's the case quite yet. The trade-up zone back and forth we go here. Skep, they're going to be out of the penalty point here soon. Not before the cancel comes in. Shark gets the recap, and we're stuck into this stalled state, but there's the wipeout, and Skep, this is a good time to strike for Shark.
We start seeing Swagger and I think that's their name is
Goose.
There we go. Towards that right side, they go a little far forward as I was expecting, and we do see Swagger getting picked by the pen. Two members down on the side of Shark start backing, trying to hold on to that left stack as they do have strikes to help their team get back in. But that is a beautiful pick from Zeal to deny those strikes, and an excellent re-entry tool for Shark.
And that pretty much was that individual that turned in, but they are going to be still pushed back here. They have Dave's Hotties able to still take down on some of these points so far. They're going to be an imminent lead change, and there's going to be 2 additional members that have dropped. Blaster gets a trade on the Goose. Goose able to take him out in the process. It's 42 points remaining. 5th Gen is going to be lurking on that right-hand side of the map, but Goose is still trying to work their way forward here for Shark. 3 members in that middle. The trip trick being somewhat staggered out here. 1 on each side, 1 in the middle. That is going to cause the neutral, but that's 3 members that have gone down, and that was Kanan that got the 1 on the Swagger. Skep, this is going to probably be a hot start here for Dave's Hotties. They might be looking for the KO.
Sayun really taking advantage of how grouped up Shark was there at the end of the game, but Goose coming in trying to push up as he can't. Oh my gosh, Shark manages to catch the zone. Unbelievable after that beautiful Shark again from that 52. So now Shark really is aware of who they're fighting and the fact that they're going to have to play more carefully.
No kidding, they will have to play a little bit more carefully here. Skev, I did see the Ultra Stamp being used there, trying to roar down the middle, but doesn't look like it got much value so far. Now, let's see if they can keep this push going here. They do eliminate Guildhouse. That's the backline that is dropped, the pencil that's going down. Swagger kind of being forced all across the board so far, and that's Kanan. That's Kanan being cut down. That is good, but they are going to get traded for 2. Shark losing 2. On top of it, the 2-for-2 trade, and there's only 1 member alive. It's just Luna, by the way, with barely any health. Still holding on for dear life. Skep, a fight for the zone. Dave's Hotties did it at the nick of time, and Dave's Hottie retains the lead so far.
2-7 with a minute left in the opening game of Winners Finals means that Shark is going to have to lock in if they want to start the game here on a better foot, right, for the rest of our set. Swagger starting to take that right side, and they are very close to that Zuka. They're going to have to use the stamp from the L3, and knowing that Luna, they are pretty close to it. Zio coming out with that stamp in zone, and looks like they're going to be chipped and then taken out. Looks Shark going to be able to maintain cap here. The zone is going to deal with the blaster, and now they have these strikes with 2 members of Dave's Hotties left in mid. The strikes come out on the backside of that zone, and that beautiful pick on Goat Kyle.
There it is.
Seal. That is GG for game 1 here in Winners Finals.
I thought that looked like Dave's Hotties getting the first game, and that would have been so good right away from Dave's Hotties, but losing so much steam. Thanks, Luna. Thank you so much for that. I thought they were gonna get the first strike right away. Dave's Hotties would have been on a massive heater with that momentum. That was not the case. Luna and 5th Gen, the very established group, had other ideas, and that is game 1 to Shark. That was actually strangely more back and forth than I thought it would actually be for a bit. But I think that at least that should be a lot more entertaining going forward, as we're going to be waiting for the counter break here for map number 2.
If I had replays, the moment I would be looking at is when the 52s, excuse me, I'm not sure what their IGN was. I think it was
Zeal.
Sharking underneath that little ramp underneath Shark's right drop.
Yep.
When that Shark happened, I don't know whether or not Shark was getting a little bit, sloppy or relaxed or nervous or something. But the moment 3 of them dropped practically on top of each other on the right side, Zeal was going to come up big.
Yep.
And they did. And so denying that, I think it could have been really messy from there.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. You can see the size of relief from Shark the moment that game ended.
Yeah, definitely. And I see the phones coming out here. They have probably just picked up the memo that it is indeed counter pick land. I'm going to be roasting my crew here. They have not provided us with the eligible maps, but these are basically the LCS maps that are going to be played, I believe. So I think they're having to scroll through, hey, which map do we actually want to play here? So I'm waiting to see what it is. It's going to be the Barnacle and Dime Zones map being the counter pick of choice here. And if I'm not mistaken, because it's always the counter pick rules, can't win on the last map they won, which obviously they haven't won anything, so...
Can't pick you can't pick a mode that you've won, and you can't pick a map you've won.
Yeah, I think, I'm going to assume that's been the standard, so... That's what either way, it's Barnacle and Dime Zones coming up here for game number 2. I'm going to be curious to see what Dave's Hottie is going to do from here.
Well, this is a map mode where the pen is really going to have an advantage. Beautiful.
Yes!
Look at them. Aww.
I wish I was wearing my Wallaby hat right now, but one of the plushes has that hat being worn for great prosperity. There it is. There's the angle. Oh, the poor hat's just been tilting for a bit.
Yeah, as I was saying, I think the pen is going to have a pretty significant advantage here. Rapid Blaster Brodeco is a weapon that you use to try and deal with a pen, but regardless, this is a relatively, and they don't even have a, oh, there we go, yeah, there it is, Goat Child. Having that pen some paint in your flat zone.
Yeah, definitely. I think Pencil's a very solid pick here in such a flat zone map. Where is this camera going? What are you doing? What are you
looking for a jelly dog?
Yeah, you know what? Oh, right, that is Toshi. Shout out to Toshi, by the way, looking for all the jellies on the board. We appreciate you over there, as that is the first cap of the game so far for Shark. As right now, I did see the Ultra being used, and it is being tossed to no success so far. But that is the first immediate points there. It's actually going to be a lot more points on the board. Skep, Shark already rolling this one. Delayed 3 down situation, and Shark's trying to look for more points.
Yeah, this is an interesting pick from Dave Hotties. They realistically don't have a lot of like AoE take options, you know, with the double stamp and then the whale. That's not something that you can forcibly displace an opponent with, like Strike or Booyah. So now we can see Shark setting up for that lockout, and they do have those missiles as a displacement special. They do have that Divot as they get off of wherever the heck you are. And so Dave Hotties, they do manage to drop in here, but my question is, how are they going to throw more people out of zone? But yeah, we see that pick coming on the stamp, that gets canceled, Swagger fighting on the left side, gets Sayun, and now there's still piles of 4 pen left alone on that right side, and manages to get the camp too! Oh my god, huge picks from Swagger!
That's probably the game. That's Luna that caps it off with the pick there. Okay, Swagger just going for extra style points. Oh my goodness, chef's kiss everywhere for Shark, and that is going to be game 2. One more, they will go to grand finals, and that
again.
I love it, Luna. That is one more, they will be grand finals bound, and Skep, I think to say the least, the counter pick that Dave Toddy had completely blew up in spectacular fashion.
Yeah, that's one I was a little concerned about. I was thinking, you know, how are they going to retake with Hammer? Like, what's the vision? You know, and that's something that we see Shark, you know, turn around on its head. I mean, it's barnacle zones. You get locked out on that map. The question is, do you have the tools to get yourself back in consistently when you need them and when you want them?
And I think the answer is not as well as it is. I think so far, this is what my read here is. The reason why they have this out is I'm pretty sure they're looking for the maps that they want to counter pick in. Which, to be fair, it is counter pick stages. They're probably not having to get used to it after the first 2 rounds not being counter pick. That's probably where that's coming in. So now strategy comes into play. I think they're still trying to iron things out there.
Rainmaker gamers.
Oh yeah, Rainmaker.
Because you know you're dealing with a 5th gen's blaster.
Yep.
You don't want DPS, right?
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
You have double hammer.
Right.
Pop it and go. Like, that's my 2 cents. We'll see.
Oh,
zones.
Wait. It's zones. Wait, why? So they're going back to zones. They're going to crab leg zones, though.
It's another really flat map that's advantageous for their pen.
I guess that makes sense, though, because it is Goldchild who is the backline extraordinaire for the group.
However, my concerns and questions are, again...
Same thing, right?
Retake, right? What are your retake tools? Or do you stick double stamp? You know, you have that whale, right, to clear your drop, which is fine and dandy. But, like, if you're using your stamp to paint zone, like, you might have already lost, you know?
That's kind of what I was thinking too. Is like you're also going back. Yeah, it's exactly your point. It's like you're going back to a map to try to help Goatchild basically use that pencil to full ability. But it's kind of you saw what happened in the previous map there too, and you're going back to a very similar kind of map layout. Unless they have something else up in their sleeves, which we may not be aware about. It is a little puzzling, I guess, is the phrase I would use.
Teams will always surprise you.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
There is a method to the madness. Inkblot TC.
No, right?
Oh,
no.
I get it.
Yep, and also, I also don't think trying to come in with 1 member less is ideal.
No.
They... okay, maybe that was the counter pick strategy. They probably wanted to just say, let's fool them. Let's get one member out there. They're gonna get them back in.
We have an aura behind us.
Right? Oh right, I see it. The sun is slowly slowly setting here. I actually am not even looking at the camera. I don't know why I was trying to do while I was not even looking at the camera.
First local in the history of ever that I've ever seen, and practically at sunset. By the way, that is the plan for us to be like out of here by 6:30.
Oh, really?
Never in my life. Which is like positive for the staff of Booyah Bay that you can be that efficient and like have a plan and stick to the plan and have enough setups. Like, that's rad. It's just blowing my mind that we're all going to like go have dinner at a normal hour.
Right? That'd be we'd all love to be out here and get dinner at a reasonable time, right?
Right.
That'd be awesome.
W, land day. Everyone traveling tomorrow is saved, myself included, yourself included.
Yup.
Anyway, back on topic.
no worries. I was about to yap more about lands, but I think both teams had other ideas.
Yeah, they're ready to go.
They won't let me have my discussion about lands and locals ever. Not at least for about a few seconds. Splash, by the way, is being used by Zeal. Blaster's on the Zimmy as well. There's our Deco. There's Goose, by the way, on the Neo Luna Blaster. So there is an Ultra Stamp on one side, and that it's just a crab tank actually for Daytali. The only thing is Bubble and the crab tank being used as specials instead.
Okay, I like that because then maybe they were having trouble with Lucas coming out from Swagger, you know, so having that bubble to deny that, I mean, that's rad. And also, you can possibly bait your opponent into using their mail or their hammer to the bubble.
But now we gotta see if they do more value. I mean, Swagger's just going nuts right now. Swagger just got a few more. That Zeal just completely stuck in the corner there. Already even more points on the board so far here as we do get to see Swagger, 5th Gen, Goose, and Luna. The rest of the group is able to put them into the corner. That's 2 members down, by the way, because Goatchild and Blaster both went down. And Skep, this is almost looking to be almost a somewhat carbon copy, except not really for 6 points. So Ainsley and Zeal, they never use the grabbing, has to retreat, realizing that there was a no percent wave for them. Skep.
Yeah, Goatchild here pushing and trying to get the 5th on 5th Gen, does manage to do so with the help of Low Whale. Blaster goes in, caps that zone, and the bubble is there to set up jumps for 52. So now that they have forced Shark to, you know, scrap here, jump out, whatnot, they can get set back up. This could be a pretty good lockout here, especially if they get to pick on 5th Gen. Go, Zeal, go! Oh, Swagger coming in and helping win that 2v1.
Yeah, and then Goose is able to get the other cap there with that Ultra Stamp, able to get another one out of there. So that's, I mean, that's a decent response. They had found the responses there, but while they were also trying to fight for that zone, they also kept losing members in the process on top of it. So they were stuck in a slight man disadvantage the entire time, and that's causing Daytali to just get everything back to reset everything back. So you gotta look for another pick. That might be huge. That crab tank got the pick onto Swagger, and that is gonna force a zone split. But that is the 52 going down. That was Saiyan Sky or Kanan going down on top of it. This is looking at least a little better here, Skep. They are holding the control of the zone, but for how long being the question.
Zeal coming in, trying to deal with Swagger on that left side. It looks like Swagger tries to drop and take that right back. Yes, yeah, there we go. They drop, they don't get the pick, then they go down and trade. I don't really know what's happening because everything is happening on this left side of the map. Shark does manage to retake here. They know Zeal is in that back right side. Zeal knows to try and rotate out because that spot can be very difficult to recover from. But alas, Shark very quickly back in control. Relatively even though halfway through the game. Low penalties, not really below in the single digits. We're chilling.
Yeah, and right now they're just trying to get through some of these penalty points. I agree with you. I think they can pretty much afford to keep things neutral for now. Zeal with another crucial find on the Goose. It is going to allow some more paint being thrown onto the zone. All they're gaining right now is that neutral. They are going to get the one member down. That will help their cause gain the zone's cap on top of it. Goose was in a treacherous position, able to get out of that one. Gets the pick onto Kanan. Kanan got completely jump scared. They are going to get the trade on the Blaster. A 2-for-1 trade in favor of that one, but it will still be the zones at least being capped. They're stuck in the +1 penalty. They're going to have to add more to it as they lose 2 on top of it all at the same time. And Shark is finding responses for everything here, Scap.
It makes me a little bit nervous there because we do see Kanan going down after the fact that their teammates went down without getting that cooler. So we are going to find ourselves in a little bit stagger, but thankfully Daytali is, waiting for each other to come out of spawn. Fortunately, the team is 52 again in the pen as Shark clears penalty here. With this crab and this bubble, they are able to go, but they're going to need to get going relatively soon. And you can see Swagger shorting on that right side. Swagger doesn't get the pick, does start backing Zeal. Thankfully,
go
the benefit of this bubble beautifully placed in order to shield the crab to get that cap, buying themselves time to take a deep breath and try again.
But they gotta see what they can build off of it right now. They at least forced a lot more penalty points, 45 exactly being the barometer here. But now they are losing. They're just losing so many members in front of it. I think Kanan's just trying to look for so many angles to catch Shark off guard, but Shark has been able to find them in every step. And now 2 members going out of respawns. They're going to get 2 more on top of it. This is going to give Shark a lot of opportunities. Oh my gosh, the Zuka gets Kanan from a massive lob. there, and this could be Shark being able to put the exclamation mark on this push here as they're looking to see if they can clean out a few more members. Blaster drops to the Ultra Sand. That should be GG, well played. That's going to be the 3-0. Shark advances to Grand Finals there, Scab. Very convincing win as Luna shows off for the camera.
Oh, look at them. Cootie patooties. Yeah, no, beautiful games. All right. We get it. We get it, champ.
Oh my goodness! Thank you so much, Luna. I mean, I was thinking the first game would give us an entertaining set. Then you get two counter picks, all flat maps, very interesting. And then Shark was able to find responses for both of the counter picks they had. Yeah. I'm a little shocked to say least, but I mean, but it goes to show that Shark did know how to respond to it. We should be getting one of the members, by the way, from Shark from the main floor up here for a post-game interview here soon. But yeah, that set looked a lot more convincing for Shark the more the set progressed.
Right, and I think part of that is you're going into a situation where your opponents are high level.
Yep.
Like, you can't say that they're not, right? What do they like? They like their zones.
Of course.
And you have a little bit of cheese in your comp where your players are comfortable with this double hammer. You know, maybe lean into that a little. Make the opponents uncomfortable. And I don't think they're uncomfortable in zones.
No, it was actually kind of interesting because they were very established players, especially like Luna, of course, 5th gen. They've been everywhere. Yeah. Same with Goose, and I think Goose and Swagger has been along for quite some time. Yeah, I think one of them's gonna be joining us here on the mic. Yes, they will be. Hello,
gamer.
Luna is back here once again. Luna scouted out the team they're trying to play in the previous matchup, and now they're here. 3-0. That was really convincing, by the way, Luna.
Yeah, I'm starting to lose my voice a little after that set.
I'm surprised you're not losing brain cells hitting
Dude,
that with the cam.
I'm trying to get a Red Bull sponsorship.
Dude,
well, if you hear it.
Go. We'll figure it out. I mean, yeah. the first map looked a little dicey. Was it just was just a slow start, or was it just the map itself kind of giving you guys trouble?
I think it was more like a comp issue. Definitely a comp issue. Like Goose is not good on bucket right now. We had to put her on Luna Neo because it's more like you don't got to think that much.
Right.
But she started fragging after that, so I think it was definitely just like comp issue heading into them because they had like double hammer and everything, and we weren't really expecting it.
So definitely not the map itself, just more trying to get a feel for
more our team and how we play, because like we don't really have a set comp. We kind of just swap things around like all the time. So once we figured it out and just like get a little taste of how they're playing, it's like we just swap things around and we figure it out.
So something that Skip and I were kind of establishing on while the counter picks were happening from Dave's Hotties. They picked pretty much flat zones map, Barnacle and Dime and Crab Leg. Did that?
Yeah.
It looked like you guys were able to pick them up. Was it the counter picks itself, or it was really still the same, like the comp read that they?
It just felt like comp. Like we kind of just felt out how they played, and we were like, 5th can't really fight the hammer right now, so let's put her on pro, which helped out a lot. We put Goose on Luna Neo, just started fragging out, getting way more picks. So that's pretty much it. And then once we saw Crab Leg, we were like, okay, back to Blaster. We're just gonna bully this pencil. So
yeah, I felt like their counter picks were trying to favor the pencil.
Definitely, yeah.
But it was clear that you guys were uncomfortable with the hammers.
Oh yeah, definitely. It was just kind of hard to shoot out for like our rapid blaster and then the bucket and everything, and then it was just like it felt like they were mainly running through us with the hammer cycling. So
if you had been making the counter picks,
yeah,
would those have been maps that you had chose?
Probably not. I think we're really good on Barnacle. Crab Lake, I feel like it's a 50-50 because it's not like the most traditional like map. I feel like it's definitely more of a counter pick map. And we haven't practiced it like at all. So like, I don't know. I feel like that map could have gone 50-50. We kind of just like had to read on them with the Rapid Pro. But Barnacle, I feel like we're really good and strong on that map. So that was kind of to their disadvantage, I feel.
And it was something that we were noting there too. It's like, okay, well, they literally they pretty much had to be on you for that one. Grand Finals, I believe you guys are Grand Finals bound here for this tournament.
Yeah.
And obviously you guys probably already knew this is the qualifier tournament for the LAN Championship Showdown in April. Not to get ahead of ourselves here because you got to win the tournament first. But well, how would it feel to represent Booyah Bay if you were to take that one home? You're one step close.
It'd be awesome. Like if we win this tourney, that's our three-peat. We got 3 in a row, so I feel like we'd be a pretty good team to like represent NorCal right now. So.
Yeah, and they were the two teams because I think it was Toronto Roca. Oh god. Oh, it was SoCal. That was the other. That was the other qualifier that happened there too. So yeah, hopefully this all plays out. But of course, not to get ahead of ourselves. We got one more set to go. Any other questions, Skip, that you want to add?
Yeah. Are there any teams that you expect to play at the upcoming LCS qualifiers that you would like to see if you make it into the event?
The Florida team, definitely, because it's pretty much just Hypernova. Like, that team is probably the strongest LAN team because they all just like live together, like in the same like region. So definitely be that, especially since I'm from that region. Like, I just moved to NorCal like a year and a half ago, so it'd be nice to just fight some old friends that I've seen. So
awesome. Anything you want to get off your chest that you want to say?
Not really. I'm gonna destroy that Red Bull can next set, but.
Rebel,
Yeah.
reach out.
Fantastic job out there. Grand finals will be coming soon. But we gotta get to the lower brackets. You will have to wait to see who you get to play. But enjoy maybe a little bit of an extended break, if you will, until we get to figure out who we go from the other side. So it was awesome having you on. We gotta get through losers semifinals. I believe is the next set in question. Next set in question, but I think that set might still be in progress. I'm glad I can look behind. Right.
Leaning over the shoulder. Beautiful venue, by the way.
Oh yeah.
Dude, I'm so laughing at the sunset aura right
We've
there.
got aura.
I know, it's beautiful.
No, look at the look. You see the glow?
Oh wow. That's so sick.
Dude,
Right.
that's awesome as well. Anything else that you want to have before you want to head back downstairs?
Pretty much it. We're gonna go eat.
Go
Chill out for a bit. We're really hungry.
Don't get cold.
Go eat right now. Yeah, and yeah, they are. Yep, and we are getting signed that losers quarterfinals is being played right now. So
Cool.
we do actually got a little bit of a longer break. So go eat if you need to head out
Enjoy.
right now. Go
Thank you.
enjoy. Yeah,
Thanks
no
for having
worries.
me on.
Yeah, definitely.
Good luck.
Good luck. Have fun. And Scott, we could keep going, or do you think we could take a quick breather because we got a lot of time to go?
That is your call, gamer.
I will.
Don't you have a story you wanted to tell?
No. So the story would have been while we were waiting for the 3v4 was. I would have kept yapping. You would say the same way with Locals and Lands. Like, can we please get Locals and Lands to end at around dinner time, please? Dude, that would be so awesome.
You're doing it.
We
You're
were so
Booyah Bay.
we were so close. The last land, actually no, it wasn't. Yeah, no, last land I'm gonna call them out because I went to Sea Battle in October. Back in October though, Halloween weekend. Saf, by the way, if you're hearing this, much love to you out
Love
there.
you, Saf.
Yeah, love you, Saf. But it ended a little bit late-ish. I'm like, it ended so close to it ended so close like 9. I'm like, come on, there's got to be some places that are open. Thankfully there were, but I'm like, if you guys can have a practice of ending your lands around dinner time, us travelers will be really dang happy to have dinner at a reasonable time.
Especially those who have to fly out the next day. But
Don't we
they're
do-
doing it here. I'm so shocked. I'm so proud. I'm like, like I've never seen such an event.
Dude, the event space is still huge. And again, this is my first time here. I was talking to a lot of the veterans here who've been around Booyah Bay long enough because they're in the next the area to the right, which is where all the PCs are in the Guildhouse.
Yeah.
That's where we're at, by the way, the Guildhouse, and that's where their entire land was. They actually got enough for this particular land to get the much bigger space over here. Dude,
It's really
shout outs to
cool.
them. The venue's amazing, by the way. Oh. I think I dropped one of the plushies.
Speaking of differences between this land and other lands, I'm from Arizona. I'm kind of sort of representing Sunset Surge in terms of where I'm from. People here are so much quieter. I don't know, like if it's the high ceilings or what it is. It's just you don't have people screaming at each other from across the station, which is something we most certainly have in Arizona.
Clearly, you guys have more energy than most of the people here.
Oh, they're sweetie pies. They're all sweetie pies.
They're just cool people right now. I'm not gonna lie. But for the record, the closest land I can represent is Chai Shoals, and I'm not even remotely anywhere near Chai Shoals. I had to actually travel either by plane or by train, a much longer commute. Understatement of the year, by the way, to even make it out here. And of all the places I could have flown out to instead of Tri Shoals, I love y'all. No, it's all the way out here in San Jose. I'm actually happy I'm able to make it out here. On top of it, I would love to keep yapping with you. I gotta save my energy for the rest of the block. So I will ask for a quick break just so I can keep my voice intact.
They found out you were gonna be here, and we're like, put him on the whole combo.
Spoilers! I'm covering all of the bracket stages all the way to the very end. So, yeah, we gotta get out. I think Yeah, we're gonna call for a break. I think they're cool with that. Yes, we are. So we'll be right back because quarters is still being active right now. We'll be back for loser semifinals on the other side. We'll see you guys in a bit. Thanks. Love you guys so much. We're out of here.